November 9th, it's the battle at the Pyramid. And Gerardo Vasquez, joining me right now, will step into the ring as a professional for the second time. How's that sound, sir?
Sounds good. Sounds great. I'm actually getting ready for this fight. You know, trying to train hard and stay focused the whole way.
Second professional fight. How do you adjust to becoming a professional, leaving the amateur days behind you?
I think I have to take a step back and look at exactly what type of trainings I used to do and readjust on how different the game is now compared to amateur, because it is a lot different.
How different did you feel it was stepping in there for that pro debut?
Compared to my amateurs, it's the crowd, man, and the lighting. It's all different. It's just, you know, everything hits you by surprise, and especially with 8-ounce gloves, nothing compared to amateurs. So.
What kind of learning experience was that first fight?
Keep your hands up, man. I mean, I know a lot of the coaches tell you, you know, you got to keep your hands up, but once you get into the pros, that's when you really learn. You got to keep your hands up, be ready at all times.
So how did you plan out this camp differently than the first one?
I took a step back and I looked back at how I fought my first fight, and I looked at my mistakes. I watched tape, see how I can adjust and do better the next time.
Now this professional journey, but where did it start? How long have you been in the sport for?
7 years.
7 years?
7 years.
What made you get involved with boxing?
I used to watch it growing up when I was smaller, but you know, as I was growing up, I was never allowed to actually fight. But when I actually got the go ahead, I got into the gym, and when I started committing.
What has it been about the sport that had you commit and stick with it then for these years?
Honestly, I love the diet. I love the discipline that you have to have in this type of sport, because I don't feel like it's compared to any other sport when it comes to conditioning and the diet and just the mental, like the mentality that you have to have for this type of sport. I feel like that's what makes a strong person.
It's a good opportunity coming up November 9th. You have an unbeaten opponent across from you, Andreas Rey. What do you think about the matchup?
I think it's going to be a really good matchup. I think we might have a similar fighting style. You know, we both like to brawl, so I feel like it'll be really well. I just got to overpower him.
Were you there at any of his fights? He's had 3 professionally so far.
I was there for my pro. He was there for my pro debut. He fought that same card, yeah.
So what did you think of him?
He seems like he's a high intensity fighter, so I know that's something I got to work around, since he is seems to have a lot of cardio going on. So.
He definitely does. We've seen him push the pace against Max Moya, be a really aggressive guy. So you feel like that's someone that you're going to be able to make a good dance partner with?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it'll be a really good fight, interesting fight.
And what's the feeling like of stepping in front of that crowd with those lights in front of the hometown? How is it different than the amateurs?
I guess the feeling leaves in your stomach, man, because in amateurs, you know, everyone's nervous, but with this one, you just see the whole crowd staring at you, and you hear your own corner and everything cheering for you too, so just that loudness, what's different.
Was it almost a rush?
Yeah, definitely, adrenaline rush.
And now how do you take a step forward and have a better showing on November 9th?
Like I said, I think I just need to readjust based off of what I did in my first fight, because I think considering that it was my pro debut, I got a little nervous with the lights in the crowd, but like I said, I think the second fight's going to be a little better around.